Are you ready?
I've been ready.
Don't give me any of your crap.
Come on, we're wasting people's time.
Hi there. Thanks for diving into Two Peas, Same Pod, the humorous podcast of family unity that proves we're all in this comedic roller coaster of life together. Here are your hosts, the father and daughter duo, Eric and Tovah Weinstein.
Hello and welcome to Two Peas.
Same pod.
I'm one of your co-hosts, Eric Weinstein.
I'm the other co-host, Tovah Weinstein.
And we are a father-daughter podcast. Just about
Everything in this world.
We have 3 segments. We talk about pop culture in our World Peas segment. Then we have our Peas Our Family segment. With that really lame tribute to Sister Sledge, where we talk about
That was my humming. I didn't think it was
tale of woe from our family archives. And lastly, we have Peas of Information, where I throw some hot questions and get even hotter answers from Tovah.
I have a question this week.
Well, save it for the Piece of Information segment.
Okay.
Again, welcome. And this is now
Hola. Shalom.
Shalom, yes.
Namaste.
I don't know if namaste fits that.
Oh.
We are back. We had our week off last week because I was supposed to be away, which we'll talk about shortly.
Supposed to be.
Yeah, supposed to be. But we will talk about that more shortly. Let's go right into our World Peas segment.
That's just rapid fire. So, did you see the elder abuse live on Netflix?
Elder abuse live on... Oh, you mean the Jake Paul,
Oh my God,
Mike
just
Tyson
embarrassing
fight.
for all parties involved. I don't even know what to say. But you didn't know the controversy behind the Paul brothers.
No.
They've been everywhere. They've been there. They've been this. They've been that. They're terrible. They have prime energy. They have fighting. They have
What is prime?
YouTube.
What is prime energy?
It's like an energy drink that they have, an electrolyte drink. Like they're crazy. Everyone's crazy who's associated with them.
Are they related to Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad?
No, thank God. No, and I
Jesse.
I just did finish that series. Thank you. Put applause in here. Cue applause.
Okay.
And Nick was trying for 3.5 years. For all the years me and Nick have been dating, he's been trying to get me to watch Breaking Bad. His 2 favorite shows were, at the beginning of our relationship, Breaking Bad and Game of Thrones, which both of them I was like, oh, hell no. Nerdy dragons and then Breaking Bad, dark, depressing themes. That is not my mumbo jumbo.
I am with you on the Game of Thrones. I have no. I've got no.
But
nothing
since
on
I
Game of
still,
Thrones.
I think I do. I definitely prefer Game of Thrones. It's definitely, people love it so much and are nerdy about it because it's something so good to be so nerded out about. So I think you should watch Game of Thrones. I think you would like. I don't know why you're so anti.
It's just not my thing. I don't like dragons. I don't like swords.
But the dragons is not even maybe she's the queen of mother of dragons. I don't know, but they're barely in it. Let me just say that. They're powerful though.
I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea.
Okay, whatever.
I don't like The Hobbit. I don't like Lord of the Rings.
Oh, I don't like that BS. Do you like Harry Potter?
No.
He lived under a staircase.
As opposed to lived under the sea.
No, he lived under the sea.
I was thinking more pineapple under the sea.
Who
When I
lives
was
in a
thinking,
pineapple under the sea? Anyway, so the fight, did you watch it at all? No, did you see any clips?
I've seen a couple of the clips and I read the article about it the next morning.
UFC is kind of boring. I like when they punch them and knock them to the ground.
But this was normal boxing. This was
I don't
not
like
UFC.
that. That was not entertaining whatsoever.
You like to see the real brawl.
They just kept barely, and then they would hug and they'd be like, break it up, break it up, break it up. It was weird. I didn't like it. Not a fan. So moving on from elder abuse.
Hold on. Elder abuse because Jake...
I don't like Tyson either because he's a pedo.
Yeah, he's something. We're also hearing the dog bark in the background.
That he told me not to rile up before the podcast.
We're at the 1253 studios and the office dog is in the house. So I don't know much about Jake Paul.
Yeah.
But I do know Tyson, who's my age, late 50s. And for a guy in his late 50s to get into a ring with a guy who's probably in his 30s...
No, late 20s.
Okay, late 20s, and who's bigger than Tyson. I mean, he's got big stones for stepping into the ring. But
1 pound apart, they're weighing.
Yeah, but there was a lot of sort of bobbing and weaving and dodging, and then at the end, I know that
Embarrassing.
Jake Paul sort of bowed to Tyson as if he was respecting his elder. I don't know. It's just stupid. That's not boxing. Boxing is just a real ass whooping. That's what we want. We want one of them to get in there and really mix it up.
You
Both of
prefer-
them to mix it up.
If anyone out there listening has seen Breaking Bad, I know not many people have seen it.
Yeah.
I'm one of the only special few. But drop us a comment. Who's your favorite character? I was going back between Mike and Saul Goodman. I started watching Better Call Saul, and me and Nick are going to watch El Camino, so we're going to finish that up. But then, hopefully by then, Squid Games will be out.
Oh, God.
You
Another
love Squid Games.
I watched the first season, but I don't know.
I saw a meme, and it was like the next person Jake Paul's going to fight, and it was the old man from Squid Games.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Anyway, so moving on from that, goodbye Dwight Howard from Dancing with the Stars.
Bum ba dum bum 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 ba bum ba dum bum bum ba 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 bum.
Goodbye Dwight. I just saw a TikTok and he's a jokester. Nick told me he played basketball.
He did, yeah.
Nick told me when he was playing basketball, his teammates would say he was like really goofy and like he was like never serious. And then Dwight posted a TikTok today being like, I may have like wanted to leave with the mirror ball trophy, but like I'm leaving with, I don't know. He was just making a funny TikTok. So he has a good attitude about it all. Spoiler alert. So now we're down to it's semifinals, right? Or
It
no?
is the semifinals, but
They have 6 contestants, I think.
do they have that many left? Danny Amendola, Joey Grazadeh from The Bachelor, Chandler, whatever her name is, Kinney from the Disney Channel, Ilona Maher, the Olympian, and Steven Edorosik, the
I
Olympian.
think Steven might be the next to go, or Alona.
They
Alona's really improved, though. So
she
is
has
Steven.
improved, which is one of the reasons why, even though she's not nearly as good as Chandler has just stayed consistently
I know.
excellent.
People
so-
are mad about that.
And that's the weird part about the judging on Dancing with the Stars is that they do judge growth and skill level as you progress. Chandler came in. She's practically a professional dancer.
Mm-hmm.
She's phenomenal. She's as good as Zendaya was when Zendaya was on the show.
Was Zendaya on the show?
Yeah, she won, I think.
Okay, good as good as Charlie D'Amelio.
I
Who
don't
was
know who Charlie
Zendaya's
D'Amelio is.
partner? Val?
I forget now.
But anyway, so goodbye, Dwight.
Yeah, I mean, no great loss.
No.
I mean, at this point in time, I'd be more than happy to see Joey go. I'm okay
It's gonna be between Joey and Chandler as the winners.
I'm good with Danny going. I'm good with anybody going, really, at this point, except Chandler. I think she should win.
Danny actually might go soon.
Well, Danny actually had a really good performance last week, but not as good as they made it out to be with the judges. Sometimes I wonder, as we've said in the show, like, are we watching the same thing the
Carrie
judges
Ann
watching?
is drinking during each show.
Well, we talked about that. Yeah, it's time for her to go.
I think she is about to go. They need to bring in Charna.
Yeah, so I would want if they're going to replace Carrie Ann and Naba, I would like them to replace her with Charna.
It's sad though because Len is dead, and then if they replace Carrie Ann, Bruno's probably gonna go soon.
Well,
I love Bruno though.
Well, so what else you got? Because we're just waiting as we go into the home stretch with DWTS.
No, I think we should move on to our past week, your vacation.
So, okay. I was supposed to be away last week. And for our listeners who have heard our prior episodes leading up to this one, I was supposed to be on a cruise leaving from Galveston, Texas, and going to 2 stops in Mexico and then Roatan, Honduras. So we were supposed to be away. And on Friday morning, the 8th, Elaine and I have packed. We are ready to go. We wake up and we get going to the airport and we find out.
You guys are all packed up, basically.
And we find out that the cruise has been canceled. Yes, canceled, people. Now, our boat happened to be in dry dock for a couple of weeks leading up to our trip because they had to replace an engine and a generator. And we did get an email like the Sunday before our trip, so exactly 1 week prior to our departure, telling us that it was all systems go, that we should plan on the cruise, that they're going to depart as scheduled. And so, we proceeded, per usual. We were flying down on Friday. We were spending a couple of nights with good friends of ours who live in the Houston area, who I hadn't seen in a few years, but who I am frequently in touch. and we were looking forward to visiting them. I had 3 goals for the Texas component.
I think we talked about this in our
My
previous
friend,
podcast.
my friend Marty, Buc-ee's, and barbecue. We decided when we got notice that it was canceled that we were still going to go to Texas and probably just screw around down there for a few days and then, come back and do some day trips or whatever. And we get down there and we had dinner with our friends and we spent all day Saturday with them.
And their dogs.
Oh, their dogs.
Who
Yeah,
are attached to Mom.
they are very much attached to my wife, it seems.
She said that in the morning, one of them was waiting outside for Mom to come outside
Yep.
of the room.
Well,
Is that the one who wasn't fixed?
correct. Yeah. Our hosts get up early.
Okay.
And so when we got up to use the facilities early in the morning, I opened up the door, like before 6 in the morning, I opened up the door to the room we were staying in, and the dog is sitting right there, right there. And
Classic.
that was fine. The dogs were fine. They were fun. They were cute. Big. These are big dogs.
Retrievers, right?
Yes. Great time. We ate at a Michelin-starred barbecue restaurant, Corkscrew Barbecue in Spring, Texas. And it was excellent. It was excellent.
Mom said your chicken's just as good, so Michelin star worthy.
That's what Mom says. I think Mom's on crack.
I don't know. Your chicken's pretty good. Your smoked chicken's
Well, I
actually.
appreciate you saying that. You're not usually one to throw around compliments.
I'm not. I'm surprised I actually just did. It's weird to me.
That is.
It's odd.
So we went to Corkscrew Barbecue, and then we drove from Corkscrew over to Buc-ee's in Katy, Texas, the world's biggest Buc-ee's.
That's like what he was most excited for.
No,
They said
no,
that-
no.
Well, you were excited to see Marty and Jen,
Yes,
but
of course.
it's like a kid in a candy store. They're sending us videos, pictures, jerky wall pictures, Yeti pictures, videos of the inside, pictures of my dad in the parking lot. And my mom just
Pictures
cut
of
out,
me with Bucky.
This mom basically, with Bucky the whatever
Beaver. He's a beaver.
And then my mom took a picture of him outside, but she cut out the Bucky's part, so a picture of him in the parking lot. I was like, the hell is this? But yeah, he was having a field day.
So for those of you that don't know what a Buc-ee's is, if you're from the Mid-Atlantic or Philadelphia, New Jersey, and south of there, you're familiar with Wawa, or you're familiar with Sheetz, where their slogan is, get gas here, eat our food, get the Sheetz. If you're familiar with any of those places, think of those places 10 times the size and on steroids, because the size of the store at Buc-ee's. Now, this Buc-ee's we stopped at has 120 gas pumps outside of the store. It has the world's largest drive-through car wash as certified by Guinness, the Guinness World Book of Records.
What the hell? That specific one you were at?
Yes. And that store...
That must be a bitch to like refill their underground. Like Mom would never want to go near there when the trucks are refilling Buc-ee's, like the underground.
Oh yeah, from the tanks.
Terrible.
Yeah, terrible.
Terrible.
We don't like gassing up at a gas station when
Oh,
they're filling
don't
the
get me
tanks.
started. That's what was
Yeah.
happening when I went to get my car inspected.
Yes,
in a
I know. You
previous
got blocked
episode.
in. We talked about that. Blah blah blah. We went inside. That store is like the size of a small supermarket, and it's the only convenience style store where I've actually seen shopping carts. So they have like regular full size shopping carts, and I saw people in there pushing them.
Do
And
people shop there other than rather than Stop and Shop? Would you do any grocery shopping there?
I wouldn't necessarily do grocery shopping there, but if you want jerky by the pound as opposed to jerky in a bag, you don't have to go to the wall of jerky there. You can go to the jerky counter where they have just
It's
like
like a deli.
It
That's
is just
so
like a deli
cool.
counter.
Did you get like chicken jerky or
I
anything?
didn't get any jerky, although I like jerky. But
Yeah,
they,
you love jerky.
I know, but you can buy it by the pound. They cut it for you. They custom cut the slices. It's nuts. Next to that is a full blown bakery.
What the hell?
And then in the middle of the store, they have a sandwich counter where they're making chopped brisket sandwiches, sliced brisket sandwiches, and smoked turkey sandwiches. And it smelled fantastic. They looked good, surprisingly. I mean, it's not at all.
It's not like
Not at all.
7-Eleven
It's not at all
taquitos.
it's not at all like the local Chop or the
The
local.
hot dog on the like metal grate.
No, there's no there's no hot dog roller. No, and no gas station sushi either.
Aw, boo.
But they had everything there. And in fact, I was encouraged by our hostess Jen to try the banana pudding with Nilla wafers and whipped cream.
Is that why you got the peanut butter banana fluff at the ice cream place yesterday?
No.
I love banana pudding. Apparently, there's this place in New York called Magnolia's, and they have like different banana pudding flavors or something like that. And I need it. I need to go to New York and do like a food tour.
I had the the banana pudding with vanilla wafers. Fantastic. It was. Then I stopped at a Starbucks and got myself a nice coffee.
Oh, why didn't you get one there? I'm sure they had a little coffee hut.
So we didn't get to take our cruise. And
I know, I couldn't surprise you guys. My cruise got canceled too. God damn it.
yeah.
Damn it.
Well, so we ended up coming back Sunday night, and we hung around the rest of the week. I came to work for a few hours one of the days, but it wasn't really so much a vacation as it was just time away from the office, as it turns out, thanks to Princess Cruise Line and the Regal Princess losing its second generator.
Well, I will be reaping the benefits of you guys missing out on this cruise. Sorry about that.
No, not necessarily, but
Yeah.
but not only did we get a 100% refund from Princess, we also got a 50% off future cruise credit from me and
who
Mom.
do you think that future cruise you're going to take with?
Well, yes. I mean,
Yeah.
the plan is for all of us to go, but I'm not getting half off you. I'm getting half off me and half off Mom. But you know what that means? I actually think half off means I need to upgrade double.
That's what I'm saying. Upgrade to like the big, what's their new level that I just asked you about that I was doing my research on?
I don't know.
They have a new like Lux
the reserve or something?
Something like that. We need to get one of those.
Not we, Mom and me.
No, there's like 3 beds, like 4 beds like within the room. It's like a suite.
Yeah, I don't think so. Mom and I'll get the big suite.
Okay, well, we'll talk details later.
We'll talk
I'm holding
details
his
as she
hand
pats
right
my
now.
hand.
We'll talk details
Yeah,
later.
we'll talk inside cabin for you.
Yeah, fat chance. Inside cabin for Josh, just in case he sleepwalks. But as we learned on our new show, Dr. Odyssey, they have a bunch of maneuvers that they can pull.
So last week we come home, and in order to make us feel better about not going on this cruise, Tovah suggests that we watch Dr. Odyssey.
Love Dr. Odyssey.
So, I mean, why don't you just kick me in the junk harder next time?
And it pretty much did the job.
Yeah. So we ended up watching Dr. Odyssey, but it is not at all like the real Princess Cruise or the Love Boat. The Love Boat was
I
the
beg to differ.
be-all and end-all of cruise TV shows.
Below Deck.
Love, exciting,
Okay, no.
and new. Below Deck and Dr. Odyssey and any other cruise-related show would not exist if it was not for the fine cast, the award-winning cast of The Love Boat.
Do I know anyone on the Love Boat?
Probably not.
Oh, they all dead?
So that's really what happened last week. The cruise gets canceled.
Yeah.
All this planning that it went into take. You see, people have to understand that because I work for myself, I have to really work hard to schedule myself out of the office because I have to make sure the decks are cleared. I don't have a lot of stuff hanging around. I don't have a lot of stuff that's hot that's going to need attention while I'm away because I do have colleagues, but I don't like to burden them with things that they're not all that familiar with while I'm away. So I had to do a lot of work in the weeks leading up to going away to clear my desk. And to have that rug pulled out from under me the day that we're departing to go to Texas to catch the cruise was a little disappointing and disturbing. But listen, positive Eric, you know me, I'm a glass half full guy.
Since when?
Since this comment right now. So, because I'm a glass full guy, I'm just trying to make the best out of a situation. And
tread lightly.
if you don't know who I am, you should tread lightly or something
like that.
Yeah.
I can't believe he figured it out.
You mean Heisenberg?
I can't believe Schrader. I don't want to spoil it, but this show's been out for many years.
Been off the air for at least
I can't
a
believe he
decade.
figured it out while he was taking a crap in Walt's house.
Oh, I know,
can't
that's funny.
believe that.
That's where the season ended that season,
I was like,
think.
what an odd, just while he's taking the crap. And then he put it together. Gail Bedecker, WW.
Gail Boddicker, who was on Suits.
What did he play?
The guy who played Gail Boddicker on Breaking Bad comes in one of the earlier seasons as like the former partner of Jessica, and he tries to come back and take over the firm or something. I forget. I didn't watch it that carefully. Josh would remember.
Of course. Is he really smart in real life? Because he played a chemist and then he played a partner at a business.
It's called acting.
Yeah, but can only act so much.
So now let's move on to our Piece of Information segment where I usually throw a couple of hot questions at Tovah and get even hotter answers. But today she said she's going to start off with...
I said I had one question.
You had...
And it might be offensive.
So Tovah's going to start this off with an offensive single question.
Maybe.
What would that be? Hit me.
Do you think mom's chicken soup needs a little more salt?
I actually thought it was excellent this time.
It was really good, but I think we were relying on the flavors of the chicken a little too much. I think it just could use a little more salt. Maybe it was just me.
So you know what? We have salt all over the kitchen. You could just pick up a little salt out of the salt thing.
And she was like, "Do you really think it needs more salt?" Like offended. And I was like,
"Nah, I don't think that's going to offend Mom."
Yeah. She was like, "Do you really think it needs more salt?"
I mean, she did call me crying from her car while she went outside.
I know,
to the
and I was
garage,
like, "Oh no, Mom! Like, don't be offended." That was right after the whole bowl of soup ended up in the microwave, not in the bowl.
In other words, Tovah overboiled the soup, and
I
it
was like,
went everywhere.
And it wasn't even hot.
That's weird.
I know, it was so weird.
That's weird. I'm gonna have some soup tonight, though. I don't want it to go bad.
Matzo balls. I had
Noodles, matzo balls, shredded chicken.
It was pretty fulfilling because there's a lot of chicken in there, so I scooped it. I scooped some of it into my bowl.
Well,
it's already getting like the sun's already setting.
Sucks.
It's actually sad. I have hardcore seasonal depression.
So SAD, S-A-D, is seasonal affective disorder, or seasonal affect
so
disorder.
I do have that.
Yeah, we know people. I know people who are on medication for it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's something people go on medication for?
Yeah.
Well, vitamin D lamp and vitamin D gummies or something.
I think we have vitamin D gummies at home, but they're just vitamin gummies. They're not the kind of gummies that you and your grandmother like to
Those
go.
gummies don't work on me. The dispensary gummies.
Okay, good.
Okay. Why don't you ask me a question?
Okay, so what's your favorite board game?
I love a Yahtzee.
Do you
it's
really?
It's not a game of chance, though, when you're playing with this one.
We've talked about this before.
I don't know what
because you're
he
a table
does.
flipper.
He has, I think he puts, sticky stuff, what they do on baseball, and he rolls the dice so he always gets Yahtzee or some bullshit like that. I don't know what it is. That Thanksgiving it was an inhumane amount of Yahtzees.
Inhumane, really.
I was like, what the actual? So... I do like a good Yahtzee. I used to like Sorry. I used to like a lot of board games. Life, the game of life. Yep. I never liked Monopoly.
Nah.
I like a lot of video games. I like a lot of Wii games, Mario Kart. I like Just to Impress on the Roblox on the computer.
Yeah,
and you're walking the runway. So,
okay.
So board game. I also like card games. I like that game, President. We used to play it at camp a lot.
I don't know that game.
President, people play Chai Po, a different variation of it called Chinese poker. It's a card game.
I assume so, yes.
And I hope that's not offensive.
Somebody gave you an elephant.
Mm-hmm.
You can't give it away and you can't sell it. What are you going to do with it?
Can't you make money from its poop somehow?
No, I think that's like certain animals that eat coffee and then poop
I
out
don't
the
know.
coffee
I think a certain elephant does that.
Elephant? You're going to sell elephant poop?
Mm-hmm. And make all the money out of it. I think that's something they do. What would you do with an elephant? Is that what you're asking me? What would I do with an elephant if I couldn't give it to anyone? Elephants just exist. That's what animals do. You think I wouldn't tend to it? I would hire someone to tend to it. That question was not a good question. Where are you getting these questions from?
If you had a time machine, what time period or event would you travel back in time to witness?
Dun dun. That is a good question. I don't know. What about you? What would you do? Probably go back to 2021.
Why?
I don't know. It was college. It was fun.
Okay. I don't know. I'd have to think. I'd really have to think about it. I don't know. I mean, there's
maybe Hiroshima.
I don't want to be there for that. I'll have to give that some thought. Maybe we'll pick up with that
maybe,
next week.
JFK assassination.
I was thinking of that. That's November 1963.
Oh, so maybe that day.
Yeah.
Or the day that music died. Do you know that day?
You mean the day that Richie Valens, Buddy Holly, and the Big Bopper were killed in a plane crash?
Yeah.
No, I'm not familiar with that.
The day. You hate that song.
I hate that song.
Why?
I don't know. There's something about
Goodbye, Miss American Pie. Drove.
Okay.
I don't really know.
Thank you, Tovah McLean.
The Chevy to the levee.
Dawn Weinstein there. Okay.
Oh,
so,
I have an answer. $40,000, I would move to Boston and live in the Seaport District.
It's $40,000 to start a business.
Out of my apartment in the Seaport business.
What kind of business?
Being an influencer would be really nice.
What are you influencing?
I influence a lot of people. Kendall, basically, we go back and forth on nail colors. She's like, oh, I like that. What color is that? Influence. Croc error. Influence. I influence a lot of people subtly. So, yeah.
You did try to bring the fanny pack back.
I did bring the fanny pack back. I brought it back. I wore it summer 2020, I think, or I got one a little bit before that. Walking around, oh my God, look up, everyone has one. Everyone has one. Every single person.
Because they all saw you wearing it.
Yeah, probably. So I influence people a lot.
Okay, so on that note, we're going to sign off and say this has been... I don't know what is going on across the table for me.
You didn't respond to my crumble cookies that I had this past week. Snickerdoodle, maple, cherry cheesecake, pink donut. Not good.
So there is not one in that list so far that interests me.
Okay, yeah. The snickerdoodle and the maple cookie were really good, people. So this week it's looking like lemon cheesecake. It's looking like, I don't know, look up the lineup, people. But go to your closest crumble cookie.
Hey, they're not paying for this plug.
Don't go to your local crumble cookie.
Why are we why are you talking like that? Why do we keep plugging them? We're not getting anything out of this.
Not plugging anyone anymore.
Send me a cookie. Maybe we'll plug you.
Peace out and peace out. See you next Tuesday, people.
Thanks for listening to Two Peas, Same Pod, hosted by Eric and Tovah Weinstein. Please subscribe and join us next time as we continue to share humorous anecdotes, funny mishaps, and comical observations from our own lives.
Two Peas, Same Pod is produced by 1253 Studios, bringing always humorous and sometimes thought-provoking conversations to you through your favorite podcasting sites. Creative Content and Marketing Director Tovah Weinstein. Executive Producer and Chief Editor Eric Weinstein. Music by MBB. Find his work on YouTube by searching for MBB Music or at mbbmusic.com. Special thanks for the intro, outro, and trailer voiceover to Jordan Rich of CBS Boston Radio and Chart Productions, providing audio and voiceover recording and production, as well as podcast production and support. Visit Jordan at chartproductions.com. Funding for Two Peas Same Pod is provided by the Law Office of Eric Weinstein and listeners like you. Please consider subscribing and supporting this podcast. Until we meet again, this was Two Peas Same Pod, a 1253 Studios production.